Whenever I hear something like that, and trust me, I've heard it a lot, I always ask myself, do artists have to make fan art? As a content creator, I always wanted people to appreciate my art for its creativity and originality, not just for technical skill, but whenever I made fan art, I sometimes felt like it wasn't truly that, for me at least. That being said, fan art can be amazing, and while you're literally watching a speed paint of one right now, I've done fan art in the past. In fact, it was one of the first things I ever drew. I used to copy anime characters like Natsu from Fairy Tail or Hinata from Naruto when I was still learning. I even made paper dolls for my siblings. I would take empty cereal boxes, draw characters on paper, cut them out and glue them on the cardboard. Later, when they got into anime, I even redrew anime characters as dolls for them. Sometimes I'd let them color them in. The stories we came up with while playing, absolutely legendary. If enough of you want to see them, maybe I can get my siblings to check if they're still lying around somewhere. Let me know in the comments. And here's a fun idea. If you need a cool gift for a kid because you want to be the cool uncle or something and you can draw, why not make them a custom doll? You don't need to go all out. Let them describe their dream character and bring it to life, maybe even with clothing options. If anyone actually tries this, let me know in the comments. You can even submit it through the link in my bio and I'll feature it in a future video. But of course, fan art isn't always sunshine and rainbows, there's the whole legal thing, but honestly, I don't want to deep dive into that today. Anyways, back on track, even later I made fan art, like Katara from Avatar. I was even commissioned to draw Tracer from Overwatch once, and did quick sketches of Anna, Lucio and Reinhardt from Overwatch. Those were just for fun and I enjoyed it, but beyond that, I never really made much fan art. For me, while art is fun, it's also work to some extent. It takes a lot of time, and when I decide how to spend my creative energy, I feel more fulfilled when I create something from scratch. I also love knowing that people enjoy my art for my ideas, rather than just because it's part of a fandom. That's not to say fan art isn't creative, it absolutely is. Some of the most inspiring artists put their own unique spin on characters, capturing them in ways you've never seen before. Fan art can even expand a story, like when a show doesn't give you the ending you wanted, and an artist fills that void with an alternate universe version. So don't get me wrong, I love seeing fan art. Take Arcane, for example. That show blew my mind. The art, the characters, the story, everything was just chef's kiss. And no, I've never touched League of Legends, nor do I plan to do so. No spoilers here, but I was obsessed. I spent weeks on Arcane TikTok, scrolling through every piece of fan art I could find, and when I ran out, that's when I knew I had to pick up my pencil and make my own. I didn't stick exactly to the original designs, it's my art, so I did what I wanted. I gave Jinx some jewelry, tweaked the clothes, just small things that I felt fit. To be honest, I'm not happy with the background, I just threw something together because it needed something, but it doesn't really fit the Arcane universe. The colors feel off, but at some point I just had to let it go. This background was still better than the blank one, I guess. And that brings me back to my original thought when I started posting art online. I sometimes wondered if I had to make fan art to be seen. It's tough out there as an artist, and let's be real, who doesn't want people to see their work? What else does an artist want, aside from unlimited art supplies, endless time to create and a cool playlist to go with it? Anyways, for a long time, it felt like fan art was the way to get noticed. But I kept wondering, would people actually follow me for my art, or just a fandom? Would they stick around or just move on once the hype was over? In the end, if you know me and my content, you know I never went all in on fan art. I just wanted to put my ideas out there. That doesn't mean I won't make more fan art in the future. In fact, I've been thinking about some YouTube video ideas that lean in that direction, but I'd only do it if it genuinely excites me. Would you even be interested in videos like that? Let me know in the comments, and if you have a fandom in mind, drop it below. Finally, here's the big question. Is fan art necessary to grow as an artist? Honestly, I'm not sure. There's no denying that fan art often gets a lot of reach. I've seen posts blow up mostly because they were part of a trending fandom. Timing and trends definitely do play a role, but does that always translate to long-term followers who care about your work beyond fan art? Not necessarily. Am I thinking too deep about this and it's not even that big of a deal, especially if it's just a few videos? On the flip side, fan art can introduce your art to people who wouldn't usually follow artists. Maybe they're just fans of a certain series but end up staying for your style. That said, I don't think there's a lack of people who genuinely love original art, if that's the audience you want to reach. There are plenty of successful artists who rarely do fan art. Honestly, when I first got into art, I followed both types, those who did fan art and those who didn't. Both inspired me. In fact, fan art might even be the gateway that makes people fall in love with art in the first place. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. You just want exposure! But if that was my only goal, I'd just be making fan art all the time without questioning it. The thing is, I keep hearing from people that I should be making fan art because I think it would do well. And of course, I care about what you guys enjoy. Building a community has always been my goal. But at the end of the day, being an artist isn't just about following trends. I truly believe you can grow with or without fan art. And just to be clear, this is not me saying that doing fan art is bad or that artists who love making fan art are any less legitimate. Actually, I don't even know if it does bring more exposure. If you enjoy it, that's amazing. Some of the most inspiring artists I know create fan art and I love seeing it. My point is simply to reflect on the expectation that artists have to do it to be seen. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just thinking way too deep about this and 1 or 2 fan art videos are not that big of a deal anyways. So, what do you think? Do you create or enjoy fan art? Have you ever wondered if you should be doing it to get noticed? Let me know in the comments. Want a free shoutout? As announced recently, you can use the link in the description for a free shoutout of your art. From time to time, I will feature selected artworks in my videos. It would just be great if you could like and subscribe. I appreciate it a lot. There are no restrictions on materials, techniques, or styles. Just stay within the community guidelines, etc. You will find all information in the submission form. I believe art deserves to be seen, and this is just my way of giving back to you guys. So thank you everyone. Thanks for watching the video. Do you like this format where I have a speed paint in the back and I just talk about some random stuff on top of it? Let me know in the comments and see ya! Bye!